But the American people sent us here to be their voice. They understand that those voices can at times become loud and argumentative, but they also hope that we can disagree without being disagreeable. And at the end of the day, they expect both parties to work together to get the people's business done. What they don't expect is for one party, be it Republican or Democrat, to change the rules in the middle of the game so that they can make all the decisions while the other party is told to sit down and keep quiet. The American people want less partisanship in this town, but everyone in this chamber knows that if the majority chooses to end the filibuster, if they choose to change the rules and put an end to democratic debate, then the fighting and the bitterness and the gridlock will only get worse. Now, I understand that Republicans are getting a lot of pressure to do this from factions outside the chamber. But we need to rise above the ends justify the means mentality, because we're here to answer to the people, all of the people, not just the ones that are wearing our particular party label.
Well, 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 there you have it. Proof. Thank you, whoever you were. Somebody sent me that on Twitter yesterday. That was Senator Barack Hussein Obama saying that the filibuster is incredibly important. Which after yesterday means what? He's a segregationist. He's a fan of Jim Crow. Eric, do you have yesterday's cut from Mr. Biden, cut 13, about the filibuster?
Regarding the filibuster, at John Lewis's funeral, President Barack Obama said he believed the filibuster was a relic of the Jim Crow era. Do you agree?
Yes.
If not, why not abolish it if it's a relic of the Jim Crow era?
Successful electoral politics is the art of the possible. Let's figure out how we can get this done and move in the direction of significantly changing the abuse of even the filibuster rule.
Did you edit that clip, Mr. G? Did you put a massive pause in there?
Nope.
Okay, guys. Brian Stelty, Mr. Potato Head, can confirm we did not doctor that video. Oh, by the way, this is America First. I'm Sebastian Gorka, and you're listening to the Salem Radio Network. There you have it. The cynicism, the outright propagandistic nature of the Democrat Party today. The filibuster, it's essential, it's crucial to our constitutional order, said the former constitutional law professor Barack Obama, who never taught constitutional law in his life. Did I tell you, if you go on your local search machine and look for a photograph of Barack Obama teaching constitutional law, you won't find one. The only photograph you will find of him even looking quasi-academic is in front of a chalkboard diagramming out what? Checks and balances, the makeup of the Supreme Court. No. Saul Alinsky, yes. That's how much he was a constitutional law professor. We have an incredible show for you today. The man who is running for the U.S. Senate, Mo Brooks, will be with us. Your favorite Trish Regan, Jim Carafano on national security, foreign policy. We're talking Second Amendment. It's Friday, which means you get to ask me anything. The number is 833-33-GORKA, G-O-R-K-A. 833-334-6752. Let me pull out of my pocket my patriotmobile.com text line phone. I'm plugging it in. You can text me directly. Thank you for all your tips, your kind comments. The number is 703-869-1262. That is 703-869-1262. It looks as if something is about to happen with the narrative on the, what are we not allowed to call it? The Wu flu? Is that the most offensive one? The Wu flu, the China flu. There are several clips that we're going to show you. We're going to play for you, wherein government officials of the Obama administration, can we call it the Obama administration? We might as well. I mean, you know, it's just a reheated version. The Obama-Kamala almost Biden administration, we have officials, including Dr. Fauci, saying things about the origins of where the China virus came from. I think they're getting ready. Dr. G thinks they're getting ready. Mr. G thinks they're getting ready. Why is that? Well, why indeed? Could it have anything to do with the millions of dollars that were granted to the Wuhan virology? I always have a problem with that word. Virology lab. Try that one quickly. By the Obama administration? Why are we giving money to communist China? Number one. Number two, why to a state virology lab? Maybe they have to cover their tracks now. And then, of course, the Baron will be joining us. Boris Epstein, my former White House colleague. Just before the show, we recorded episode 56 of our separate weekly podcast, The Battle for 1600, where we get to drill a little bit deeper inside details of what's going on in politics and in the swamp. Check it out. Subscribe. It's free. But first, news you must know about. Shall we begin with the sublime or the important or the ridiculous? Let's begin with the important. Kristi, is it Kristi Noem or Kristi Noem? What is it? Kristi. Kristi Noem, Governor Noem, I want to know what your excuse is now. Do you have any excuses left? Not after this report. From the Daily Wire, Tim Pierce. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson has signed into law a bill banning transgender female-identifying athletes from participating in women's sports. God bless Asa Hutchinson. And did you catch the way they phrased that? That's the way to do it. Transgender female identifying. They're not transgender women, because you can't trans your gender. It's not scientifically. Did you get that, Media Matters? You cannot transition your gender, because that would require changing your chromosomal makeup, which is empirically impossible. You can't change your chromosomes, no matter what you lop off or add to your body or however many hormones you inject yourself with. Your chromosomal makeup stays the same. Today, I have signed into law SB 354, called the Fairness in Women's Sports Act. This law simply says that female athletes should not have to compete in a sport against a student of the male sex when the sport is designed for women's competition. As I have stated previously, I agree with the intention of this law. This will help promote and maintain fairness in women's sporting events. GOP lawmakers in at least 20 other states have also introduced similar legislation this year. However, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem recently declined to sign a similar bill and sent it back to the legislature to exempt college sports. What's your excuse now? Do you have one? Always felt a bit queasy about Governor Noem, and if she doesn't do a 180 after Asa Hutchinson stepping up to the plate, you know who she really is. I'm Sebastian Gorka. We are live streaming on YouTube, available 24/7 at sebgorka.com, SEBGORKA, sebgorka.com, wherever you get your podcasts. Also on the alternative freedom of speech respecting platform, Rumble. Subscribe today, rumble.com/sebgorka. Back with the one and only Trish Regan.